down, and then you will have to very, very carefully lift the pedal and move to the next piano ASAP. As quietly as possible. So can we just do that transition now to piano 2?
One cue that we would like to take this sheet off. So there's cameras underneath here. And we want to take these off as soon as the grader plate finishes.
If we could just keep doing it.
So I think you could just do that, take your time, and you come in whenever you like, really in Magic Square anyway.
If you forget by any chance, I just have to come up from the grader blade, so I'm going to be late, but it's not a problem.
She was going to do it, but then we realized.
It'll just be a bit late if I do it. So if you forget, it's not.
Vanessa, in the lift, did we do it 4
You guys want to
times?
go?
Oh, you're here.
Did we do it 4 times?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, it's here 4 times.
I need to talk about a few cues because I think I did a few things wrong. I was just trying to pace it and
Okay.
it's hard pacing it now.
There's a bit of confusion about you.
Lois didn't see her
I think.
And you?
Yeah.
No.
And you is an oral cue. As soon as you hear Eric bring in the melody,
Oh, okay.
there's no visual cue.
Right, okay.
Also okay.
Is that cool, Annette?
Yeah, that wasn't me, but I thought I heard the odd note, so I thought I heard it early cue. So I just played one note and no one else that's where I stopped. But I thought I heard what an odd note coming from upstairs. I said, oh, he started, so that was why.
We did. Because we could actually float. I don't know how that felt. I mean, it wouldn't do anything. We could float a tune in there,
Float?
in the water.
Nice.
Would we mind having that open?
I think we should try it, yeah.
Let's try both things. Good morning.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, we're loving this.
This is really great.
We just want to get in with them now. So pretty.
The only little logistic thing is to make sure that they don't get mixed up. So, what did you think, putting tape on them? On the bottom?
Well, I mean, I guess stickers like this. I wonder if these come on.
They're
Oh, that's the Brophy collection. No, I better
Yeah.
see
So, a lot of yours have writing, although I noticed that one.
They don't all, I know.
it. Yeah.
And,
I've got heaps though, we could just use mine.
Yeah, we could just use. Yep.
Because I still think,
okay.
I don't know that we can allow you, Michael, to just be here. Because we need to do the gong therapy.
Yeah, right.
And I just think that's such a beautiful spectacle. Like it's private, but you can look at it.
Oh, okay. Oh, so the idea is that people are invited to come and.
Yeah,
one-on-one
just for a little
thing.
bit. Like
Yeah.
maybe for the first hour or so.
Okay.
Then we can maybe...
Well,
I've
maybe.
got Anna and Alex are coming, so either one of them could operate this
Okay.
area.
Yeah, well, maybe we just put
It's a real spectacle that I've just
Yeah.
fantasized about for so long now. I
Sure.
don't know that I can give up on.
And one thing I will need is like a little stool. I
Yep.
didn't bring that, but
Okay,
everything
that's-
else is fine.
And then, do you need an assistant?
Not really.
Okay.
No.
And then, like Alex or someone could invite people down. That
Yep.
could be one of his jobs. And if for the big sounding of the valley, if we have a like your tam tam, and then maybe I'd have one tam tam sort of here, and then one over on the other side.
Yep.
We make the cue when we put our arm up, come to G, and then when we put our arm down to stop.
I'll explain G in a minute, but we're just doing F a different way. So, okay, so just instead of worrying about the group 1 and 2, freely going between those bass figures and the drum. Okay?
And Eric,
Always.
yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Can I check when in C when you've got times 4 to 10, like those 2 bars?
Yeah.
Do you mean the whole bar times 4 to 10, or just that opening, beat? You mean
Just
whole
the
bar?
beat. So like.
Okay, so
it'd
one
be like-
beat. Yeah, that's what.
Could be like that. Could be
Can
four.
we just play it twice?
And then we just play that whole thing twice, but the first beat we can play 4 to 10 times.
Right.
Yeah.
But okay, yeah. But so you were that's the material
Yes.
that you use,
Yes.
and we can
We could
stretch
pose it from
and
there.
we can stretch and extend.
Cool.
Yeah, based on that. Yes.
Thank you.
Is there climax in this whole section? Where you want more dynamics a bit louder? Or
Well, I think the section that we're in now with the combination group 1 and 2,
that's the
this is the climax.
of the
Yeah.
next section.
Yeah. So
I'm
F.
still giving that cue the second bar.
We are cueing the second bar of F. So this is just a start F. Whole piece, and move from piano to piano as we would in the show so everyone knows what's happening. So once we're in here, the lights will already be on. Michael and I will give our conducting the 1, 2, 3, wham. And that will last probably for around 30 seconds. So if we can just make sure there's no stool noises and stuff, especially in the decay. You keep the pedal down to go into the hive, so there's no lifting. But Michael and I will cue, there's now going to be 10 cues in the hive, and I'll explain why. We cue the beginning of the hive. We cue you at B. We cue you at that sort of third bar thing of the second system. We don't have to cue A again.
Oh, we don't cue.
Yeah, we only cue A on the first time.
Okay.
So that A is just a vamping bar the second time.
Okay.
So it's a waiting point. Then we will cue you the second bar of C. So again, C is just a vamp.
Okay.
You go off on your own. And remember, C is piano. You go off on your own. And we catch you again, you'll be vamping at D. And we will cue E. We will cue the third bar of the second system of the second page. Then again, when you get to F, you're vamping, and we cue the second bar of F. And then we cue G. Then remember, you're sort of dying out, your more and more pauses are happening until that movement ends. And your pedal will be down, and then you will have to very, very carefully lift the pedal and move to the next piano ASAP, as quietly as possible. So can we just do that transition now to piano 2? And go. Eric will begin Forest Birds, and just take a little moment, obviously, when you get there to become birdie, or whatever it is you need to do to get into that space. We will cue I, Michael and I, but H will be probably 3 to 4 minutes, so there's no hurry. We'll cue you at I. And then J is an oral cue. You just sort of continue on to the 2 notes. You'll hear Eric. And that's going to segue directly into Michael and I doing a plucking solo on the innards of our pianos. And that's not much louder than what you've just been playing. So for this particular move, you have heaps of time, but you must be as soft as possible. So the percussion interlude is now happening, and you're free to move as soon as you want to after we've started playing. Move. Man, that was awesome. Epic. Eric will start Nankaro with the punchy off-kilter mechanistic syncopation and with the varied pause lengths but really short. And then he's going to visually cue the upstairs pianists, Louise and Stephen, to begin scales. And when you orally hear the scales begin, if you're a scale person, you may begin. At the end of that section, I'm going to cue Jan Baker Finch at the bottom, and it's going to go to black. The lights will then come back on, and Eric will begin M. And every 10 seconds, I will just give a cue upstairs, first to Colin, then to Cara, then to Briley, and then Alistair, if you want, I can cue you, or you can just come in when you feel like it.
Oh, isn't he coming in with the lights though?
Sorry, I cue Jan. Sorry.
Top lights on, sorry.
Top lights on the first round, and then I cue Jan, and you come in with a light. Yep.
So you're queuing the upstairs people?
Yes. And then at N, both Michael and I will give a cue for the scales to begin.
And that's when the bottom lights come on.
No, I've already cued the bottom lights down. So after 40 seconds, I'll give Alistair I'll give you a cue to turn the bottom lights on.
Within M.
Within M.
Okay.
And then you're done.
Until the end.
At the end of the piece, Michael and I and Jan will all cut you off at the same time, and it will go to black. And in blackness, relative.
But we got the light cue, right? Not
Yeah.
lower cue. We just
Yeah,
got the
maybe
lights.
light cue,
We don't
yeah.
really need Michael's cue there.
So just put a big
Just
sign
lights.
saying lights off, stop. And then in blackness, you need to walk to your next, blackness is relative, it's not going to be pitch black. Walk to your next piano, turn the page and begin crashing waves. So do you want to try the...
Yes.
So
crashing wave, we start on the light cue.
pianos first. Yeah, and then just you can write the cue in. So Jan is waiting until she can hear no movement in the mill, and then she'll turn the lights back on, and crashing waves begins. You need to move into your crashing wave. Sorry, there's a bit of a holder.
Traffic jam.
Crashing waves begins. You do whatever you do. At P, Michael and I will cue you. And just remember, P, the difference is you are only ascending. That's the only thing you remember about P, that's enough. Just only ascending, middle of the piano to the top. We will cue again at Q, and that's when the distance of your ascent gets slowly shorter and shorter until you're just vamping on the top two clusters. And you know when to stop because you'll hear the really grotesque sound of the grater blades. Yep.
So that's an immediate stop on the grater blade.
Yeah, so we'll try and not make the first notes on the grater blades too loud because you're playing, but I highly, highly, highly recommend blocking your ears throughout that period while moving to your next position. So if you want to move, this is your grater blade move. And for Greg, this is when I want to start the video.
Okay, well then that's
Yep.
the sheet reveal, whoever's there.
Okay, so, alright,
I
so,
think I might just do the sheet review.
okay.
If you're, yeah,
Yep, yep.
Alright,
Okay, so I'll be watching Eric and we'll both decide when to end the grater blades. It'll take a little while for those to kind of die out, and then the magic square, the dry abstract pointillistic begins. Remember, it's about 30 seconds per bar, so just, you know, pace yourselves. Doesn't matter if you finish quicker, but just, you know, just to point that out. When the last person finishes their material, the lights go out. And then once again you have to move in the dark. So if you can move now. And then we're into Awesome Thunder and Lightning, which is going to be like in 3D tonight, 4D, whatever that is. when your light comes on, you've made a choice as to what to play, and you play your material as cleanly as possible on and off with the lights. Slowly you start doing more and more knocking until no one is playing any pitch material anymore, it's all percussive. And then Michael and I will give the cue to stop, and Jam will go to black. And Jam will keep it in black for about 5 seconds. The lights come up, we do our original conduct, 1, 2, 3, crash. Once again, this will last for about 30 seconds, but in an update, for Elise will come.
Is that
And Briley is the one that chooses when that starts.
Hello?
She's the Furley's queen.
and
Are we gonna
we've
move
moved
now?
Are we moving piano?
Oh,
We moved pianos, yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Well, you can always swap the music to the.
Alright, if we move, yeah. I think,
Is that separate?
well, it could go either way. So we could stay where we are and switch music, or we can.
Do you want to pass music one around the
Louise
circle?
can do that.
Left. One left.
One to the left? Do you want? Let's do that so we're just consistent. Pass
we
your
stay
music
one
one
left.
to the left.
Mine.
Okay, so Briley will be the starter of that. So just as soon as you hear it, make sure you know where you are.
So just to, so it's after the tone cluster,
Yeah.
But
and it's before the percussion interlude.
Yes. After the tone cluster, before percussion interlude.
Will you give me an indication of when you think might be the good time to start?
And then at the end of the WC, Michael and I go into a beautiful strumming solo duo. And that's when you guys very delicately move to your final piano.
We move out the
No, you move after the end of the WC.
Okay.
So you stay on the same piano for Lightning and Thunder, the cluster, and for Release, etc. That's all on one piano.
And then we move
Then you move.
while the strumming is going.
Correct.
Exactly.
So if you can now move to your final position, your last piano. The end of the party. So